They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to InfoCision Stadium in Akron, Ohio, home of the Zips. As we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Buffalo Bulls, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Akron Zips. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Zips will put total leather to crank us up. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Buffalo's offense will have the football first. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
Guys, let's take a minute to chat about Buffalo. They had a win on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star linebacker giving a verbal commitment, and getting good talent like that is what a program at this level really needs to succeed.
Yeah, this is the next step for this program, right? Continue to get talent and high school talent that can come in that they can compete with your roster right now. Those are the guys that really help you take that next step.
You wonder if there's just a little bit of rust with this offense right now coming off the bye week, right? They just haven't been able to get clicking in this game throwing the football. They're going to have to find that mojo and get back into a rhythm here pretty quickly.
No fair catches here, looking for room. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Zips offense will take the field for the first time. He leaves it with his back. Brings him to the open. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Trying to take it back. Touchdown Bulls. And they turn it into a defensive score.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Zips take over in Akron, ready to get that offense to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Man, it's fun to watch defense that just, they look so in sync and coordinated. And watching the tape coming into this week's game, you could tell last week this defense was dialed in. They don't give up big plays. They don't give up points. They make you earn everything. Looking like another game like that so far today.
They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Newell. Continues to fight for yards. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42. The Zips have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. To the ground with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Extending the play. The throw. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Zips line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Bringing the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean, and sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Zings it complete to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Bulls will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. Akron has it back, ready to send that offense back onto the field. They really sputtered out of the gate, turned it over, punted the last time they had it. We'll see if the third possession is the charm. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that curl route.
It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver. Defender gets a little too aggressive there, and this offense gets some free yardage. A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Got out of trouble and throws. He's got him. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And now on second down for this offense. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the run. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
The Zips are moving quickly down the field. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to go up top. He's got the tight end. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole.
And to the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Zips.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Buffalo has it back. Let's see what the Bulls offense can do. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. It just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
You know, sometimes the hardest completions for quarterbacks are the ones where guys are wide open. You don't have to throw it any faster trying to get it to him quickly because you know he's so wide open like on that last play. Just take your steps, throw in rhythm, and just throw a catchable ball.
Going to try to get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Great job by the running back here on that third down catch. There was no wasted movement. As soon as he got the ball in his hands, he turned around and he got upfield. That's what you got to do. You got to be decisive on these third down type plays to move the sticks.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Back to pass. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. Off the play fake. Oh, they're after him. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And that's an interesting call going play action on third and long because the defense is not worried about you handing the football off. That's not freezing anybody, especially these defensive ends. They're going right up the field, and you saw that time the pocket collapse as they were able to get to the quarterback.
And the Bulls will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. Fields the punt, wants to make a play. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Zips take over in Akron, ready to get that offense to work. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by... Oh, he's got some space. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Zips, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
The Zips come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. It'll be a run on third and short. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. First down for this offense.
Man, this offense continues to do such a great job on third down. One of the best in the country at it, and the reason why, they keep it manageable most of the time. Third and short, they can run the football, be physical, convert first downs. This offense has been so good on third downs.
And the Zips have it with a first and goal. The offense changing the play. Gets it out fast. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. On the ground. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Akron.
Yeah, and I love when you make no bones about it. Bring in the beef, all the tight ends, the extra offensive linemen. Give it to the fullback. Let him plow ahead. You knew it was coming, and you couldn't stop it.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. UConn is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Huskies have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Syracuse.
They'll go to the ground.
We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Back to pass on second down. Caught in the backfield. It's Burnett. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Here's a heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And this defense doing what it does best. Get after the quarterback. That's their 3rd of the day. They're #1 in the nation at getting the quarterback on the ground. That's why they've had such a successful unit.
The Bulls decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Moves around to clear up the vision. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
Quick completion to the right. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. All the way down at the 33-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quickly complete. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple first downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Just keep slinging it. He'll throw it. Hauls it in. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Zips! So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook there.
And no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently. Does a great job running his route. Great result because of it.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Trying to make magic with his feet. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the big fella. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work. To the air on second down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The give to the tailback. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And the Bulls send out the punt unit. Just needs a crack to get a return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Akron has it back, ready to send that offense back onto the field. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
This time on target. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Zips come to the line in the hurry-up. Off the play fake on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43. And the Zips with the 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Moving away from pressure. He's going to take off. And he will wisely scamper out of bounds. No need to take unnecessary hits.
And one of the things I love about this defense is their speed. And they knew coming into the game that they were going to see quarterback run, but that time they had him all bottled up, and they were able to use their speed to make him go east and west and run him out of bounds. Not a great game.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll to check him out. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Moves away as he feels pressure. Quarterback gets past the marker. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Now improvising. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a magnificent game there so far in Akron. And the standout player on the defensive side of the ball has been that boogeyman back there at safety. They try to run it, he's filling the holes. They try to throw it, he's either picking them off or trying to take dudes' heads off. Good luck making adjustments. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at InfoCision Stadium.
kick it away to crank up the second half. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Zips take over in Akron, ready to get that offense to work. He'll start this drive firing. Finds the tight end. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
What will they dial up on 2nd and 8? Long way to go. Power football with the run. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
Finds his tight end. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Trying to set up the screen. He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
The Zips are on the move.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Big loss on the last play threatens to knock this drive off course. It's 2nd and 16. Trying play action. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Picked off, that's number 15 on the year. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Buffalo has it back. Let's see what the Bulls offense can do. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And how about this defense, man? You talk about providing a spark and some energy. They make the big interception. I think most importantly, Jesse, set their offense up in ridiculous field position.
And that's one thing this defense practices so much throughout the week, right? It's creating turnovers. They are so opportunistic on that side of the football. And they've got athletes. They've got dudes that are dangerous once they get the ball in their hands. And you saw it right there on that tremendous return.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's trying to get it in. Touchdown, Akron! And the route is on. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, fellas. Ohio State is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners like Eddie George and Archie Griffin in the pantheon of greats in Columbus. They're trailing by 9 to Purdue. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his man down the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
And this defense just continues to dominate the football game. This score is lopsided. It's not looking good. But I know one thing. If you can't protect that guy, there's no chance for you to win this game or the future games.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Wide open downfield. Turning it on. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. And the Bulls getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
The Bulls trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Sends it back in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking for a big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
He'll be brought down at the 41-yard line, not close to the line to gain, and it's 4th down. And the Bulls will call on their punt team. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6th time tonight. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Akron has it back, ready to send that offense back onto the field.
Okay, ready?
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Finds a man on the right. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Got it done in the passing game on the last play. Let's see what they do on 1st down. Rushes on him. Pulls it in. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. Wants to throw it. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
He makes the grab. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. And the Zips are marching down the field. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
They've got him now, and he almost picked up that first down on the screen. The Zips are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Guys, it's Akron holding the lead here so far. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. To the ground and try to move the chains. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. And the Zips kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. Dances away to buy time. With the catch, it's Hills. Jumped on top of the pile.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. They knew they could slip that tight end behind the backers with that play-action fake.
Well, it's because I can't win, Reese. I have to play the run. You know, all these RPOs, all these different things, it makes me come up and use my eyes and play run, and these tight ends are so valuable to find space behind. Knew where he was going with the football the whole time because the big fella, he's always open.
The Zips have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Zips! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0.
Salt enter wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. And he'll just take a knee. drive will start at the 25. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. And this outing is one this junior signal caller would prefer to forget. And I think it's fair to say that the corner and the rest of his buddies on defense have won this battle, keeping this quarterback in check, David.
They have. They've definitely won the battle, and you wanted to see more in this matchup. And I tell you what, this QB, we know he's got ability. And listen, I know that's a great corner out wide, but I wish he'd have made a little bit more of the simple plays and moved this offense a little bit. Been a bad day, man.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
He'll sneak it. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
On the play.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a...
He lofted high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Out of the gun to give to the back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. The Bulls line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And that decision will be questioned for a while. On the run, it's Powell. It's a fumble on the play. Offense scoops it up and still going. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Oh, they are breathing a sigh of relief after that recovered fumble. Looking to throw, it's Luck. Gets rid of it. The short hands, it's Powell. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
From the gun, running back on the move. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
In situations like this, offensively, when you got the lead in the 4th quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Can't make the grab, in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down, doesn't convert this time. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Good, right down the boulevard. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Buffalo has it back. Let's see what the Bulls offense can do. And they haven't got the outing they had hoped for from this junior quarterback. And you can mark that clash as advantage defense, as corners made plays. Really, the whole secondary has, David.
They have, and this whole defense has. And this QB, man, he's been very ungood. Like, I don't know how else to say. Like, he just hasn't been the guy that he has the potential to be and hasn't put drives together. And this offense has just sputtered, and it's just one of those days they want to forget.
The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Looking downfield on first down. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
The defense has been so dominant up front. You've seen it in these passing situations. That now the 7th sack of the game.
And the Bulls with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
The Zips take over in Akron, ready to get that offense to work. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Here we go, set. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And again, stopped right in his tracks. Nowhere to run.
And they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive attack. Come downhill. Go get the running back. Get him on the ground.
They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a 3rd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down.
And that's a gut punch, especially if you're the offensive coordinator, because that was sort of a foreign look, the pre-snap motion, a timing play, trying to get the receiver the football quickly. You're expecting to outflank the defense, but give the defense a ton of credit. They made the bigger play, and now they've set you up in a 4th down.
The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. Doesn't have a straight-on shot here. He'll kick it from the left hash and 39 yards out. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
Hey, listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on first down. Got his man on the right. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The Bulls come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.